News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks. OPEC Plus has agreed to make another small oil output increase in December, but will pause further hikes for the following 3 months. For now, key members led by Saudi Arabia agreed via video conference today to produce about 137,000 barrels a day next month, as expected, matching numbers from October and November. It was raised to account for weaker seasonal demand. The White House says China will effectively suspend implementation of additional export controls on rare earth metals and terminate investigations targeting U.S. companies in the semiconductor supply chain, following President Trump's meeting last week with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. But Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent tells Fox News Sunday the U.S. still needs to be wary of China.
I think and I hope after the agreement and the goodwill between President Xi and President Trump in Korea that we can depend on them to be more reliable partners, and the rest of the world can depend on them. But we can't take that chance. We don't want to decouple with China, but we're going to have to de-risk.
In exchange, the U.S. has agreed to roll back retaliatory tariffs against China. The FAA has issued a temporary ground stop for some flights to Newark Liberty International Airport now due to staffing issues. And U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has warned it's only going to get worse the longer this government shutdown continues.
If the government doesn't open in the next week or two, we'll look back as these were the good days, not the bad days. It's only going to get worse.
Air traffic controllers and TSA agents have been working for over a month now without pay. AI is helping ease economists' concerns during the shutdown. Here's Bloomberg's Nathan Hager.
Businesses have poured investment into artificial intelligence equipment and software. Data centers have provided a rare bright spot for U.S. builders, and 3 tech giants, Microsoft, Facebook's Meta Platforms, and Google parent Alphabet, reported $78 billion in AI spending in the latest quarter. It all has Harvard economist Karen Dinan saying it's fair to say that AI has been the main driver of U.S. GDP growth this year. Nathan Hager, Bloomberg Radio.
And EU climate commissioners are slamming the U.S.'s decision now to skip this year's COP30 climate summit in Brazil. It starts next week, but according to the EU, the U.S.'s retreat on green commitments will damage the potential for global impact. President Trump has called climate change the world's greatest con job. Earlier this year, he initiated the country's withdrawal from the Paris Agreement. President Trump's back on 60 Minutes tonight for his first appearance on the show since settling a lawsuit with CBS News over its interview with Kamala Harris. The network didn't say how the interview came together or whether there were any ground rules, but Trump signaled friendlier relations with CBS since its parent company Paramount's merger with Skydance. 2 people are in custody in England now after a mass stabbing attack on a train on its way to London. 10 people had to be hospitalized. 2 remain in life-threatening condition. Ollie Foster was on the train.
There's 3 people severely bleeding, and one guy's holding his stomach, and there's blood coming down his stomach, down his leg, and he's just going, help, I've been stabbed.
Investigators are still looking into a possible motive, but have ruled out terrorism. And rescuers and aid workers have now spread across Jamaica to deliver supplies after a hard hit from Hurricane Melissa. And they've started to reach areas that have been cut off by debris. This resident in Black River.
Jamaica need help, man. We mash up first. We never history this in our life.
And the death toll keeps rising. The storm killing at least 28 people now in Jamaica, 31 in Haiti. People are out in New York City cheering on 55,000 runners in today's New York City Marathon. Helen Obiri of Kenya set a women's course record to win. Her country mate, Benson Kipruto, won on the men's side. And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Monica Ricks, and this is Bloomberg.